This begins the informal net, the weekly net on the W8AL repeater. I'm the net control at November X-ray 8 Juliet. At this time we will be taking check-in. Go ahead and throw out your call sign, please. If anyone doubles, we'll ask for a repeat. Go. You a bit ago. You're in the log. Next.
Mute your audios on the Zoom because it's just looping.
Just looping. Sorry, I doubled your ID, please.
Hey, Papa, India, November. The Zoom, we're hearing all the radios in the background and all the noises and stuff, and it's echoing and causing problems.
To Justin, yeah, internet transit times are usually on the order of 10 to 30 seconds. So Zoom is going to be behind real time. Real time is on the repeater. Let's go through the repeater check-ins, and we'll see if maybe we should move the whole shebang over to Zoom. I've got some news about Zoom. We'll get through after the check-ins. Any other stations?
Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, KA8 MNT, Tom.
Evening, Tom. Next check-in.
Victor Echo.
And Justin in there. Next check-in, please.
KA8 MNT.
Got you already. Any other check-ins? Pretty weak. Try it again, please. Any other check-ins for the weekly informal W8AL net?
Hey, Mike Bravo,
I hear Whiskey, Delta 8, Mike, Bravo, Oscar, MBO. Okay, hey. Hello, Fred. How are you? Any other check-ins?
Kilo Echo 8. Romeo, Yankee, Jerry and Maslin.
New call sign. Cool. Hello, Gary. How you doing?
Good afternoon. It's a beautiful day. We've been blessed.
Any other check-ins tonight?
Here's KE8 IDH. Evan Mobile, and we'll be just in and out this evening.
Kilo Echo number 8, India, Victor Hotel, QSL.
Delta Hotel, KE8 IDH.
Very good. I know you've checked in before. I don't remember your first name. I'm sorry.
Here's Evan, and I'll be just in and out this evening.
Any other check-ins?
Very in Perry's Township.
Alpha 8, November Delta Charlie.
And I heard Alpha 8, November Delta Charlie. Was that Alice? Alpha 8, November Delta Charlie. Believe that's Alice. Is that you? Okay, maybe you'll pick it up a little bit later. November Delta Charlie. It's having a difficult time hearing you. I'm sorry. Any other check-ins before we move on? Got Bill, Tom, Dirk, Justin, Fred, Roger, Dave, Perry, Fred already said that, Gary, and Evan. I'll go down the list asking if anyone has any short traffic for the net. First, Bill, NAPW.
Hey Jay, this is N8PW. Really have no traffic. I'm just sitting here listening for questions. Back to net.
Tom, KA8MNT. Any traffic for the net?
Hello, everybody on the net. Nothing except the obvious. It's been a beautiful day out. We got outside, did some running around after the QCWA Zoom meeting this afternoon, and had a good time. We also was informed that our balloon has been up for 262 days and is right now over Morocco. So it's getting some travel time in. We'll turn everything back over to the net. This is KA8MNT.
Report, Tom. I just wonder how long that thing is going to stay airborne. Maybe we should start a pool as to when it's finally going to splash or, go silent. But realistically, I hope it survives for a long time and breaks the record for that kind of activity. Dirk, Kilowatt 8, Papa India, November. Any traffic for the net?
For the net, I'm going to send it back to net, K8PIN.
Justin, Whiskey AJKC. I know you'll probably want to talk about Zoom, so let's get through the short traffic and we can come back to that. Do you have anything else you'd like to say, Justin? Over.
Hall of Fame events were listed.
Events are question mark. Alrighty, Fred, Whiskey Delta 8 MPO. Any traffic for the net?
Traffic for the net, other than I'm sitting out on the back deck enjoying the beautiful day in the Martini and loving it. Back to net control.
Whiskey 8 Victor Echo. Mr. Gray, any traffic for the net?
Just was on the towpath today, north of, we started out at Canal Fulton, went up to Barberton, and it was a nice trail. Just an FYI, the Stark County, that'd be south of Canal Fulton, then down to Ernie's Bike Shop, is very poor condition. It's terrible. I'd advise anybody to stay off of it. It's just, I don't know, it's just not well maintained, disappointing. Then I just was mowing grass, and it was a beautiful evening. Back to you, back to net. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Echo.
Thank you, Roger. Dave, Whiskey Delta 8 Alpha Yankee Echo. Any traffic?
Time, Dale.
Kilo Echo 8 Romeo Yankee. Brand new call sign. Any traffic, Gary?
Very quickly, you may have read that at the end of the month we're going to be launching 2 astronauts into space. They're going to be leaving American soil, and they're going to be traveling to the International Space Station where the craft will dock. And I couldn't help but think, we'll hope that the launch here from America in the last week of this month goes a whole lot better than the Chinese launch went this week. I don't know whether anybody saw, but they launched a rocket. The base problem being the rocket came tumbling back right back down at them again. So we'll be praying for better results here in America. This is Jerry. I'm on the side listening. KG8RRY.
Jerry, yeah, that launch sort of snuck up on this guy. Can you say real quick whether the vehicle has been launched without a human on board for a test orbit?
The vehicle for the Chinese, is that the one you're talking about, or are you talking about the one that we're going to launch here for America later in the month?
Vehicle.
Yeah, this is actually a private venture, and this is with the SpaceX company. I want to say that Jeff Bezos is the one who owns that, but invariably I will have given you the wrong name. But I think he's the guy that has SpaceX. So this actually went outside of NASA, but yet at the same time NASA is fully involved, and it has their blessing. And it was a sad day for many of us back in 2011 when they dismantled the shuttle program. And so this will be nice to see America back in space again and reclaiming the territory that is rightfully hers.
Completely. Okay, thanks for that report. Jump ahead to Perry, November 8th, Victor X-Ray, Quebec. Any traffic for the net?
Hello, Neil, and the rest of the net. Oh, I just got done mowing. Got here just in time to check in. It's a beautiful day out, all right. Had so many things to do. I got late on getting out there, getting the yard mowed. But I had to get it done. Keep the township beautiful. And that sounded good about the we're going to get back in the space program again. That's great, even privately like that. And good for the Chinese. I'm glad we're going to hopefully get ahead of them again with this stuff. And other than that, I don't have a whole awful lot to offer. I'll turn things back to net control, N8VHQ.
For the observations. Oops, I skipped over Evan, Kilo Echo 8 India Delta Hotel. Anything for the net tonight, Evan? Evan might have had to step away. I didn't catch his first message. Sorry about that. Another station ending in 8 November Delta Charlie. Are you still out there? Heard. Now, Zoom. Yeah. I'll say what I had to say about it real quick, and then I'm going to turn it over to Justin. We talked last week about making the monthly meeting a Zoom event. I reached out to Scott Yonley and asked permission to use the Sections Zoom account. He regretfully declined. It is already reserved for another use. So then just today, I see an email from Justin says we're going to give it a try tonight. So I'll pass it over to Justin for any comments, and then maybe we'll open it up and see how we wish to proceed 1 week from tonight. Okay, here's NXHA, turning it over to you. Whiskey 8, Julia, Kilo, Charlie. Justin, go.
I see 4 of us on Zoom at the moment. One of which you don't have in your log sheet there, Herb, W8AL. So far it's working fine. We have to keep everything muted here so we can't hear each other because of the feedback issues. But so far the test seems successful to me. I don't know if Tom or Dirk want to add anything there.
I would have been a little bit better if this screen, I don't know how many of these individuals will be put on. There's the 4 on it, which is pretty large, but this might have to be done in the laptop itself, because if there's 8, 10, 15, 20 people on here, I imagine the screen breaks up into that configuration, if I'm correct, Justin.
Yourself unmuted, and the text box from your computer or phone should highlight your video for everybody.
To that KAPIN back to net.
For information? Yes, I use Zoom, and for some reason my computer doesn't let me do it. So I use my iPhone, and I was with about 18 other people, and you just have to scroll the screen forward like of pictures, but you usually get about 3 or 4 at a time on my iPhone. But everybody's included, and so just have to, usually the net control, I shouldn't say net control, but the person in charge, you usually see them all the time. So you can use Zoom with an iPhone. I've done it for QCWA, and I do it for a group at the church. Back to you, W8AL.
Have any other comments or instructions regarding Zoom?
8MNT. I was using a laptop, and as people come in, the video of each individual automatically resizes itself so that you can see everybody there, or you can set it up to where you just see the individual that's talking. So I would imagine it works the same way on a cell phone. So with that, we'll send everything back to the net.
My observation too, when we use it at work, as people chime in, the real estate on the screen just keeps getting divided and divided to accommodate all the faces. The big thing that got me the first couple times was learning how to mute and unmute the mic. It's Control D, that is Control Delta. Very intuitive. Yeah, D stands for voice or speaking or whatever. But anyway, Control D mutes your mic, and that's a good thing to do because you got people's dogs coming in the room barking and doorbells ringing and stuff happening when you're having conferences nowadays. So, and it's the way the screens jump around to follow whoever is talking gets a little hard to follow. So the advice here is mute your mic unless you're speaking. Any other comments?
This is Roger, W8AL. Yes, I am taking a class through the church on Tuesday mornings, and what we have is the pastor's teaching the class, but he has a person who is actually running the mic, is controlling the Zoom accounts, I should say. One of the things, so we mute everybody, and then if you have a question, you can hold your hand up or wave at the screen, and then they'll put your audio on. But yeah, you have to almost mute everybody, or you're going to get a lot of noise and extraneous noise. But if you have somebody that's watching, you can make a signal with your hand, and they'll turn it over to you. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Echo.
So the moderator in some modes is the guy muting and unmuting people, so he has a little more control of the meeting that way. When I guess the mode we use at work is everyone's allowed to manage their own mute button, and sometimes it gets a little chaotic. All right, well, the big question on the table, given the internet delays, when you couple it with real time over the repeater, how's this going to work for a meeting? You know, seems like we either have to adopt one method or the other. Is there a good way we can include people who maybe don't have a computer or don't want to use the Zoom product, and at the same time include people who may not have a radio that's working that day? Any comments? Over.
This is KG8RRY. Actually used that for another net over here, and basically what we did is when you first sign in, you get an option of what audio you want to use, and basically what we chose to do is just use, in other words, not to say yes to the computer audio. We did not utilize the computer audio. We used Zoom for our video, and then we took the audio off of the repeater. So when you would see people talk on the Zoom, you would see people with their microphones in their hands keying their microphone. And that worked out real well for us. I mean, whatever you guys decide is fine for you. I just wanted to give you the benefit of at least a little small bit of experience I had with it. And I'm out. KG8RRY.
Concept, it sounds workable too. So there's a little bit of unsynchronized action between the lips and what you hear out of the radio speaker, but that's far preferable to hearing two different audios coming at you a few seconds apart. And then for people who don't have a radio and are strictly using the computer, it looks normal to them. You know, it's just a Zoom conference on the computer. And I mean, how would it appear to the person who is not using a computer or just using a radio? I suppose they just have the repeater side of everything. So the way I understand it, Jerry, you're using Zoom for people on the radio. They're just using Zoom for the imagery. For people without a radio, they're using Zoom for the whole enchilada. Do I have that right?
Exactly correct. And as far as the lip movement, yes, I'm sure there's a slight difference between the audio and the lip movement. But to be frank with you, those little boxes are so small, I can't really see anyway. So I'm looking at the face of the person who's talking. I can't really see their lips, but that doesn't really matter in the long run. Over.
Again, so to the group, what Jerry is saying does sound like a workable method. Does anyone else have other suggestions how we should use this product next week?
Yeah, K8AGB.
I wondered where you were. Thanks for checking in, and go ahead, sir. You have the floor.
You know, I've been looking at Jason, and he and I have been looking at each other for about 10 minutes here, waving to each other. I just got off of a Zoom conference with a fraternal group. Today, Roger and I were with Chapter 21 QCWA. I think we had 12 or 13 guys, and with live audio. And it also made it nice for people who were like John Demuth and Herb, who were outside of the range of the W8AL repeater. And everybody was just, you just spoke up, and it worked good. Over.
Amen. Have you ever encountered any hesitancy amongst users to download the Zoom program onto their machine? Or is it, tonight when I logged in, it had never been done on this particular computer, and the first thing it wanted to do was drop an executable on the machine, and that's fine. I just wonder if that is going to cause some people to go up in arms, or just scare them away a little bit. Any comments on that respect?
Well, this is K8AGB. Well, Dale, I've been using Zoom 3 or 4 weeks now, and all that I do, I look at Jason's email or your email today, click on the stream here, and I'm connected. It's really easy, simple for me. Over.
I understand there's a cost involved, and like I said, ARRL section had their license in use next Wednesday, and Justin stepped up. I'm wondering if this is some expense that we should consider reimbursing Justin for. Over.
Go ahead, Justin.
Well, the free tier, up to 40 minutes is free, up to 100 participants. After that, it's $14.99 a month. WJKC.
Is that 40 minutes in a month, or is that maybe 40 minutes per use? Clever it is. I mean, think of Mr. Cheapskate here. If you let it run out and you immediately launch a second meeting, are you going to get busted?
They might rate limit you. They won't let you start another meeting within, say, 20 or 30 minutes after you ended one.
Just in that monthly fee, is that unlimited time?
It's unlimited minutes per month, but it's limited to one host computer. You can't share, say you host it 1 week, I host it the next.
This is K8AGB. Okay, Dale, now I understand. Mel, talking about Chapter 21 QCWA, Melvi WMV is the host. He pays the fee. And what he does when he has to leave, he just assigns someone else to be the responsible person. And we've carried on for almost 90 minutes already. And then so if we went that route, then our treasury can support reimbursement. This is K8AGB.
Beginning to sink in now. I'm a little slow. So you pay some money, you get a license that's good for one CPU. It's unlimited time on that one CPU. And from what Dennis said, it sounds like that one person has to be the person who launches all the meetings. that once a meeting is launched, apparently they can hand off control to a delegate, and the first person can step away. Do I understand that right?
We've been working on Wednesday at 12 noon for the Chapter 21 lunch, and that person who is the second in command, if that person hits or leaves leaves the Zoom, the party's over. But if that person stays on, and that person can now pass the baton to somebody else, and you can we've gone, as I say, 90 minutes without any interruption. Over.
Sounds like a pretty workable product. It's certainly working out in the workplace, and it's working for QCWI. So, what do we do here? Who wants to? Anyone want to be the designated moderator, at least for the initial few minutes of a meeting? And that person would have to commit a CPU to Wednesday night's meeting night. Do we have any volunteers? Over.
Yeah, we found out at church that the pastor can't, he's given a class, but we have an assistant that actually controls the group. In other words, the pastor gives the class, takes answers, but the person, I don't know what you call it, not a moderator, but the person actually tells him who's calling him or the questions for him. If that makes any sense. In other words, it's kind of hard to do everything yourself if it's a classroom situation. Over.
Roger. Now, I would assume those two people have to be in the same room or in close communication somehow.
Pretty well secluded. I know the pastor's at the church, but I don't know what you call it. I can think of the right term. The controller is at home.
So what are we looking? We're looking for a person to be the controller then, and to commit a computer to the one night a month, and then the club would pay for the license. I guess it's maybe a month-by-month basis, or I don't know. You have to buy 12 months at a crack. Need to figure out the answer to that one. And still looking for a person who would like to be the moderator or controller. Sorry. Over.
I'll set it up under mine, and if I get stuck at the church again on Wednesday nights, I can email somebody else my password and they can log in and run it.
I've got no objection to that. This is not a regular meeting. This is right now at this minute. So maybe that's something that we should bring up a week from tonight and vote on, make it all proper and everything. We are spending club money. So it sounds like a plan. So all we have to do next week is make that motion and vote on it. Justin, if you want to go ahead and buy it ahead of time, that's your decision. Over.
And then leave it open for possible reimbursement or whatever. We've got 6 of us on it now, so seems to be working all right here. W8AL.
NXHA. Yeah, I apologize. I tried to get on it, but this coily cord won't reach over to where the computer sits. So I'd love to be doing 2 things at once, but I can't. I did get it downloaded and tried to log in, but then it was time to get on the mic. So Sorry about that. Okay, any other comments, topics, questions? Sorry, any other comments or questions about the Zoom deal before we move on?
Hey, Mike Bravo, Oscar.
Fred, you have the floor.
Wondering whether it was a moderator or controller. I think the term they may use is host, like you're hosting a party, a Zoom party. Roger, does that sound right to use? Over?
Yes, I think it does. I think that their church, Pam, is the host, but the pastor is runs the class. But I believe she assists him in seeing who's on and everything. So that sounds like a good. I'll check that out, but that sounds correct.
So back to that.
For that clarification, Fred. All right, with Zoom behind us, is there any other longer duration things you'd like to discuss tonight? Anybody, anywhere?
To Zoom before you move on. This is K8AGV.
Dennis?
And the two Zoom two Zoom meetings that I've been involved with, one, Chapter 21, invited by W8MV, and then another one of my fraternal groups. The host invites people, and everybody as part of the security measure, everybody who's invited is able to just click on and join. And as new people come along, they just alert the host, and the host adds their email address to the invitation list, and it just keeps growing, and everything works fine. Over.
Just like any other meeting, I reckon we should open a Zoom club meeting up to anybody, anywhere, licensed or not. Of course, when it comes time to voting, different matter. And voting's an interesting prospect here. We do have the option of, like, raise your hand, and then someone can count all the people with their hands raised. We'd have to figure for the people who aren't Zooming at that moment, we'd have to include their vote. So this is a learning experience, and we're learning as we go. Dennis, back to you at QCWA. Have they had any occasion to vote on anything in a Zoom meeting, and if so, how was it handled? Over.
This is K8AGV. I believe we trust everybody. If there's no nays, if there's anyone who wants a nay, a motion, that person speaks up. Everybody else is silent, and it keeps it very simple. Over.
Okay. If there's no other Zoom conversation, we'll open it up to any topic, anywhere, anybody. NXHA listening.
This is W8VE concerning Zoom.
Sir?
Yes, we found out through the church that the pastor will send out an invitation about an hour ahead of time, and to a certain group of people. And the reason he does that to prevent hacking. In other words, we don't leave it. You can put anybody on the list, but just an hour ahead of time, and they change the maybe the ID number, or there's an ID number, and they change it at each meetings because there's apparently been trouble with people hacking into Zoom at meetings. Over.
Heard about that I wondered what was going on. I think what you just said makes sense. The key that was used to get into tonight's Zoom does not necessarily have to be used next week. I guess it's up to the host maybe to calculate or come up with a new key, and so it doesn't get passed around to the wrong people. Does that make any sense?
And what you could do is, send just out assuming that 90% of the people are club members, you could just send out, an email through Ham Club Online with the thing, and then the others that aren't club members, if you got their email address, you can send it to them also. And like I say, they just do it about an hour ahead of the meeting, and with a different ID number or whatever you want to call it each meeting. Over.
Yeah, good point. So, say a blast goes out on the club roster. Everyone who's on the club roster has an email that has the correct key for tonight's meeting. If that recipient wants to invite his non-ham buddy who's thinking about joining, he just forwards the email to him, and now he has the key. So I'm guessing the person who doesn't already know somebody, but they want to jump in, I guess their options are to participate on the repeater, since that's published. But what I'm hearing you say is it's probably not a good idea to put the Zoom key on Facebook or something public, because that would entice the wrong people to jump on and take it over. Make any sense? Over.
It does. Now, I know W8MV for our QCWA, I asked Mel, I said, I've got a friend who'd like to check into this, and Mel said, all you have to do is email, or I tell Mel the friend's email address, and Mel will send an invitation out, I think maybe an hour beforehand. And so he has the emails, and I think that's the way we do it. So anybody can join, but you have to email Mel ahead of time, so he can add you to the list. Over.
All right. I don't know. I hope we've covered this one pretty well. We're going to give it a try next week with Justin's cooperation, and we'll see how it goes. And we'll use Gary's good idea that he brought to the group of using Zoom primarily for the imaging. Use the repeater for the real-time voice. For people who don't have repeater access, they can get both of what's sound and picture. They'll get both of those off of Zoom. So I'll open it up again to any other topic for discussion tonight. Anyone, anywhere. Here is NXHA listening.
W8AL, Quebec, Victor. Dale?
Justin and Echo Quebec Victor, new check-in. I'll save you for a second. Justin, go ahead.
A quick standby one. Turn the volume down again. Quick note there on the last Zoom thing. The email I sent out today, that number and password will not change from week to week. You've got it right. Don't post it on a Facebook group or whatever, but you can forward it on to club members or other people that are interested in joining us.
That would be helpful, Justin. So we'll leave it static so we can pass it around among friends and people, who are legitimately into ham radio. But if somehow it leaks out and gets subject to abuse, are you able to change it and, you know, update everybody?
That's going to be necessary. When you first join, you go into like a side waiting room where only the host can see you. And as long as you've got your name or your call sign in there, and you can be approved to join the regular meeting. So you can't just join up and start sharing inappropriate stuff right off the bat. You got to be approved first. W8JKC.
Pretty locked up. I like it. All right. Okay, I heard Whiskey 8 Echo Quebec Victor in there. Bill, I believe. Go ahead.
W8AQV. Right, Dale. I've just been listening in, reading the mail, and had a comment on your audio, Dale. It seems to be way down. I don't know whether anybody else has voiced that concern with your number, but your audio is about 20 dB down. W8AQV.
Well, yeah, I've had that report, and for the life of me, I cannot find how to adjust the deviation on this radio. May have to pop it apart and get a screwdriver at it or something. Sorry about that. I've tried different mics. Next thing is to just try a different radio. So I apologize for that. I've been working on a lot. I will try and address that situation before the next week comes up. For those of you who may not know Bill, Bill is sort of my mentor. We've known each other for decades. He held the position of chief engineer at HPC, director of engineering at HPC for over 40 years. And when he retired in 07, I took the job in Bill's shoes. And we were just meeting this afternoon. We had a pleasant conversation, catching up on a few things, and showed him how to program his new Yaesu radio. So, Bill, your radio is getting in just fine. Back to you for any comments for the group, Bill. Here is NX8J.
W8EQV. Yeah, you might try just putting your mouth into the radio a little heavier. But the audio is definitely low. There's probably a screwdriver adjustment in there somewhere. I wouldn't know where, but I figured you must have heard that comment before. But anyway, I've been reading the mail here in North Canton and enjoyed everybody's comments. I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but I'll keep listening. Maybe I'll catch on. Although I don't know. We'll see. What is Zoom anyway? I have no idea what you guys are talking about. W8EQV.
Bill, it is a teleconferencing thing. You need a computer. You don't have to have a camera, but it helps. And everybody talks into their computer's mic. So it's a multi-person conference over the internet. It's pretty useful. It allows collaboration for people in just in groups. And yeah, sorry, I'm licking. You know, I'm eating the mic and not eating the mic. I'm licking the mic. I better disinfect this thing when this is all over with. So it do need adjusting. I apologize for that. And don't cut yourself short, Bill. You know more about RF in your little finger than a lot of us know in the whole rest of their body. So, in fact, at some point in the future, I'd like to get Bill on more often to be our guru, one of our resident gurus, so we can try and stump him with RF or lightning protection or those kind of questions, if that's okay with Bill. All right, any other comments for the benefit of the group? It's about coming up on 1 hour since we started, and it's a beautiful evening out, but we'll stay here as long as anyone has anything to say or needs to discuss anything. NXHA will be listening. in?
Kilo Echo 8, November Zulu. Doug via Facebook.
November Golf Zulu. Doug. Thank you, Doug. So it sounds like Justin's got the Facebook hookup running, as well as the Zoom hookup. The other web stream, the per-bit stream, it is down in case anyone was trying to listen to that. Sorry about that. Doing some adjustments on it. And here's another thing. Sorry to keep talking about computers. Some of you might have the Alexa device, smart speaker. So here's a skill I didn't know was on Alexa. I'm going to hold the mic up and we'll see what goes. Alexa, search current ionospheric conditions.
You have current ionospheric conditions enabled. Do you want to open it?
Yes.
Current ionospheric conditions as of Thursday, May 14, 2020 at 018 UTC. The planetary K index is 1, and the planetary A index is 5. The solar flux index is 69. The maximum usable frequency from Boulder, Colorado is 15.47 megahertz. During the day, conditions on 80 and 40 meters will be fair. On 30 and 20 meters, fair. On 17 and 15 meters, fair. On 12 and 10 meters, poor. At night, conditions on 80 and 40 meters will be good. On 30 and 20 meters, fair. On 17 and 15 meters, fair. On 12 and 10 meters, poor. 73 and good DX.
Well, there you go. Right from the mouth of Alexa. Tonight, conditions on 80 and 40 will be good, so go get them. NXAJ, over.
Well, are you ready to change the subject? This is K8AGB.
What you got for us, Dennis?
I was late. Did either Tom or Roger share with you about the QCWA Chapter 21 balloon that's circling the world?
Tom gave a report, said it was over Morocco, I believe. Do you have any additional information? Go right ahead, sir. It's all yours.
No, if Tom gave you a report, that's wonderful. That's good. Okay, this is K8AGB.
Final call, almost final call. We'll see how that goes. For any topics for discussion from anybody, anywhere, go right ahead. NXAJ listening.
Dale, this is Jerry, KG8RRY. Well, that was great with Alexa. Was the command, was the skill, search current ionic conditions, or did I misunderstand? Over.
This was in the February QST on page 64, and apparently there's someone is putting some ham radio related skills on Alexa. One of the skills is current ionospheric conditions, and I tried, open, play, give me whatever, and it just kept giving me a normal weather report. The only way I could get this thing to pop up was I had to say search current ionospheric conditions, and but you heard what it said. Another skill that's in there is parks on the air. For those of you who participate in that activity, I guess you can ask Alexa who's been spotted, where are they at, what band are they on, that sort of stuff. So sounds pretty slick. Again, that was the February 2020 issue of QST, page 64. Okay?
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. That's the kind of gem that you don't pick up anywhere else except on a net. This is Jerry, KG8RRY on the side.
on this beautiful Wednesday night. Does anyone anywhere have anything for the good of the group? NXHA listening. Go ahead.
Quick comment on what Roger commented on the towpath trail. It was in poor condition. Nancy and I hiked it about a month ago, a part of it, and it was in poor condition. I think they were waiting to see whether or not the levee was going to pass, and before they put money into to correcting some of the conditions of the trail. But we bypassed it with a Old Buck Bingham Trail, which runs parallel. So that's what we did. Over.
Harry, I can't say for sure, could be. Just hope that they do address the trail situation. I know that parts of it down in Tuscarawas County are still a little rough. There's a lot of thick vegetation down there, and the thing grows tight, but it just makes it a little more fun, a little more challenging. And, when it gets muddy, well, it gets muddy. What can I say? So, back to you. Anyone else? Anyone with any other comments for the good of the group? NXHA, listening.
Great night for baseball again here in Detroit. Cloudy skies, temperatures in the mid-60s, 66 at game time. Light
We're going to close the nets and return the repeater to ham radio use. It's coming up on 8:30. Had about an hour tonight. I want to thank you all for checking in, and look for an email giving more details about how to join next week's meeting. Next week is a regular meeting of the club, and it appears we're going to do that on Zoom, and we're going to also do it on the repeater, so you can get the audio whichever place you wish. The imagery, of course, will be on the Zoom application. So with that, good night, everybody. This is NXHJ, and 73 to all.